But we do have Missi Pyle on the phone from the movie The Artist, and of course, a bunch of others, Dodgeball, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Big Fish, 50 First Dates, a bunch of stuff. Missy, good morning.
Good morning, Big J. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. I'm so excited to talk to you because not only was I been a huge fan of a bunch of things you've done. I loved The Artist, but also I love Montana connections. And we get a lot of them, but usually they're like, Felicity Huffman's like, oh, we travel through there, and love to go. You, on the other hand, you met your husband in Billings?
Yes, I think it was Billings, it was Billings, yeah. I was doing a movie called Pretty Ugly People in 2006, and he has a grizzly bear sanctuary, and one of his bears was in the movie.
That's so awesome. So his bear comes to shoot like a little part in the movie, and you're like, man, this bear's cool, and this guy with the bear is just one sexy piece of work.
That's pretty much. I mean, a dude with a bear, and Montana, too. I always kind of dreamed, I was always like, Montana is such a, it's kind of this mythical place, and then I went there and fell in love with it, and then ended up moving out there a couple of years ago. I still have to live in Los Angeles, for work.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get the work stuff done. So how does that work then? Does does Casey, your husband, does he come out and live in Los Angeles with you, or does he stay with the Bears up in Bozeman most of the time?
Oh, he kind of does a little bit of both. He actually has a show on Nat Geo Wild also, so he kind of does a little bit of traveling around as well, like a natural history show. So.
Who's Missy, who is taking care of these bears?
Actually, there's a girl named Amy Otten, Tessa, who's out there all the time, and Billy, and there's a great group of people who hangs out with the bears.
As long as the bears are being taken care of, I'm much happier now.
Yes, it's all going to be okay.
Is it weird? I've got to ask, just because it's like I grew up here. I'm very familiar with Montana and Bozeman and the whole area here. We don't get a lot of. There's a few celebrities that pop in. Dennis Quaid comes every once in a while. You got Tom Brokaw with a place. You've got Margot Kidder from the original Superman. Like, there's certain celebrities we see and know that live in the area. What's it like when you're in Bozeman? Do people know you as the movie star? Do you kind of fly under the radar? What's it like for you up there?
I'm hugely famous. No, I think, it is a small town, so I think some people, I just know people from being there. I think people know that I'm an actress, some people, but I think I kind of fly under the radar, I guess. But I don't know. I guess we have to find out. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, cool, laid back. Well, I'm going to start going to Bozeman like every weekend now, just in hopes of running into you at some restaurant.
Exactly.
That's going to be my goal. Well, let's talk a little bit about the movie The Artist. Did anybody, when you signed on to this film, was it a little weird that your agent's like, I got an offer for a silent movie? Did you have any idea that it was going to be huge? Did you know who was signed on to it? Tell us about the whole experience of being a part of this.
Well, it's this black and white silent film set in the 20s made by some French people, so I don't think anybody had any idea. I think this word my agent used was quirky. She's like, there's this quirky French film. It's actually really beautiful. We do like this, I actually had to audition for it, which was odd because I've never been having previous experience with auditioning for silent films. And so, I kind of thought it sounded odd. I've worked with a bear. Why wouldn't I work with silent films with French people? Yeah. It was a really beautiful script, and there were these unknown French actors that were starring in the movie, so it just kind of seemed like, an interesting experience. But I don't think anybody had any idea that it was going to turn into this, this really, really, really beautiful, powerful, stunning film that would win, 5 Academy Awards and almost every other award that it could be up for.
Exactly. What do you think? Some people come down on the film, and I've seen it and I appreciate it, and I understand what it does and why it's so well received. But some people obviously hate it because it's French, it's silent, it's different. They're not in it. They're mad about it, and they think that Jean Dujardin stole these awards because he's French and it's weird, and they don't think he's going to have any sort of a career after this. And what do you say to those people that think that The Artist is a fluke and people are giving it awards just because it's weird?
Well, I mean, I can understand that someone might think of it as a salute, but it was never intended to be this, this film that comes in and pirates all the awards. I mean, this was just a simple film that was made by a man who wanted to make a love letter to the cinema, and that's really ultimately what it was. And I think that is what it is, and it's a beautiful story. I don't think it's pretended to be anything other than that. And so, to those people, I would simply say that's what it is. It's if seeing a silent film is going to be an affront to someone's movie-going experience, maybe it's not the right movie for them. But it is. I think it is an absolutely stunning movie, and this man does a phenomenal job.
Yes.
And I think acting in a silent film without words and conveying a beautiful performance in this day and age is Oscar-worthy. So I agree. That.
I think people should give it a chance. I mean, if the only movie you like is Transformers 3, you might not like this one. But if you enjoy movies of different genres and
unless you hate love, if you like love, I mean, it's a gorgeous story. It's really very beautiful, and give yourself, throw out those inhibitions and just go see something. And obviously it's hard when something has been hyped to go in and not be like, what is this? I mean, I understand that. If you can throw out the hype and just go try to have a beautiful experience. I think for me, when I watch it, it's like a very childlike experience. You strip away a lot of those things that, and then you have an experience. I think we're all a little cynical the older we get, and we've experienced a lot of hardship, but I think that's sort of what this movie is too. It's like there's this person who's trying to continue in this medium that is starting to change, which I think that is happening in our world right now. A lot of people have been working in one industry for a long time, and then a lot of new media and new things come along and change things, and they don't want to change with the times, and then they end up becoming left behind. Exactly. And that's ultimately what this movie is about.
Well, there you go. It's a little bit about life. It's a little different. It's a little bit about love. It's a lot good. I would say check it out. The Artist is back in theaters now. It won 5 Oscars. How do you argue with that? And Missi Pyle is in it, and she's from Montana.
I live in Montana.
Yeah. She has a house in Bozeman and plays with grizzly bears. People, go support her in this film. Missi,
please do.
It's been so great talking to you, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again sometime in the future. Tell Casey hi, and tell the Bears hi, and best of luck in the future.
All right. Thanks, Big J.
Bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.